for realsies this time. This time, we're doing it right. We're doing it right, and we got a fun little something. Got a fun little something before we get started. Notice there was no intro. There was no intro because I have a new intro that I'm going to play for you now. And I'm going to play the whole thing now. But that doesn't mean I'm going to play the whole thing before every episode to come. You know what I mean? So, in its entirety, maybe I'll play it in its entirety at the end. I don't know. Well, you know what? We're flying by the seat of our pants. You know how we do it here. This is the Legacy Club podcast. My name's Justin. And this, in its entirety, is our new theme song. Not just intro, our new theme song. Enjoy.
Gather round, it's time to see a place where dreams turn legacy. Friends and laughter every day, building memories in our own way. From the old school ties to the brand new rise, we're living life and reaching for the skies. Legacy Club, where we belong, with heart and soul. Together we shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. Through the highs and all the lows, together here the friendship grows. Sharing stories, wisdom too. In the Legacy Club, it's me and you. From the past we learn, to the future we turn. In this club of life, with heart and soul, we're going strong. Together we shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. Hand in hand we face the day. In this club, come what may. With every chapter we grow bright. Legacy Club, we're a guiding light. Legacy Club, where we belong, with heart and soul, we're going strong. Together we shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. Legacy Club, where we belong, with heart and soul, we're going strong. Together we shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. Legacy Club will always find a place in the heart, a love so kind.
And how about that? I like it. Did it give you kind of like 80s sitcom vibes or Goonies? There's a little faded part. This is the actual outro. In our own way. I love it. You know, I don't know if it's going to be the official theme. I mean, it really could be. It should be. But I've embarked on a new journey with my team. It's not really a team. It's my Jarvis. My Jarvis and I have jumped into music making. And I don't know what that means. It means we make music. It means music is being made. That's what making music means. But I'm not playing any of the instruments or singing it. And you know what? Neither is anyone else. That's AI. That was AI generated. I'm really digging the whole AI thing. And that comes with a lot of controversy. That comes with a lot of questions, right? Is it a true piece of artwork if it's generated by AI? I mean, the idea didn't come from AI itself. It came from the individual that input the prompt. You know what I mean? So it's weird. I feel like it's kind of like the transition from analog to digital. You know what I mean? But though to a infinite more like the leap is so much bigger than analog to digital. Like this is futuristic. You know what I mean? And I get the argument. I get the argument of AI can, will it make the artist null and void? If it can just produce, audio and visuals without, the industry standards now. I mean, what is it? What is it? That's the thing. What is it? I personally see everything that's happening like AI is it's a tool. You know what I mean? It's Jarvis. It's exactly that. It's Jarvis to Tony Stark. It's the AI that controls Iron Man. Like, was Tony Stark still the genius? Because if you're watching I'm going to reference the movies because that's what more that crosses over more between nerd and normie. There are scenes where Tony Stark is like, "Hey Jarvis, do this. Hey Jarvis, do that. Hey Jarvis, formulate this thing." So he's not technically doing it himself, but he is the genius prompt, but he also designed the AI himself. So I don't know, man. Maybe that's a bad example, but at the same time, I don't think it is a bad example. It just is what it is. This is where technology is going. There's no putting the genie back in the bottle now. So instead of crying about it and resisting it, I really think learning how to utilize it is the way to go. And I recommend that to any and all my creative and artist friends out there. Embrace what's happening because it's the new norm. It's going to be the new standard. So instead of fighting against it, utilize it. And I'm going to be one of those people in the robot uprising where I'm like, just submit. Why are you trying to fight back? Nobody wants to fight robots. Don't fight robots. Don't fight back. Just let it happen to you. The world will be better for it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I like it. I like using it. The idea still has to come from me. Maybe that's how I'm rationalizing it, and that's how I'm validating myself and still allowing myself to be called, or allowing myself to call myself a creative, maybe. I mean, I liked my analog to digital comparison analogy because really it is. It's the next step. And I don't know. I'm for it. I like it. If you want to fight against it, then be really, really good. Be undeniably genius at whatever your craft is, because here we are. And you know what? I'm not saying that what is generated using AI is, a masterpiece per se. It has the potential to be, I could argue, but I don't know. It is what it is. So maybe maybe a better analogy here is the leap between portrait painting and photography. Because the only way to capture how a person looked before the invention of the camera was to paint a realistic portrait of the person. Then once cameras came along and they were able to snap a photograph, like the actual image of the person, well, the portrait paintings didn't go away. People still have their portraits painted. People today still have their portraits painted, just like King Charles. Did you see his blood, his blood splattered portrait? And when I say that, I really do mean like it looks like they painted his portrait and just kind of, it's red. It's really, 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 really red. Look it up if you haven't seen it. Also, you know what else you're not seeing? You're not seeing a video element to this episode. And honestly, that's really primarily because the video element to the last episode didn't perform as well as the audio only. And I'm a lazy man sometimes. I don't know why, but I find it incredibly daunting to like be on camera. You know what I mean? I think it's just me being uncomfortable being on camera. And that's how I talk myself out of it is I go, I don't want to set all this up. Because you know what? I don't want to set it all up. But you know what? It's also not a lot to set up. So I don't know. And I also feel like I'm more dynamic without the camera. Because with the camera there, I'm so focused that I'm looking at myself and I'm seeing how everything, you know, is coming together visually that I start stumbling and like falling apart audibly. So I don't know. If you listeners out there, if you personally want a video element to the podcast, well, you know what? Let me know. Let me know. Leave a comment somewhere on a post I make about the podcast. There is automatically a video that uploads to YouTube, but it's not of me. It's just the show logo. That's all it is. But it plays the audio. So there is a video version, but it's not me. So yeah, let me know. Leave a comment. Leave a comment on the YouTube version, I guess, and say, hey, bring back the video element, because honestly, if I don't have to do it, if there is an audio version, and this is what I'm saying too, when I'm saying I'm actually referencing on YouTube, the audio only video with the image of the show logo, that has more views than the video of actually me of the same, because both are up there. So like I'm just looking at that specifically, and then like, you know, the listen numbers and stuff from Spotify and Apple and all that kind of stuff too, because people are still consuming it that way more than they are on YouTube of the video of me. So I don't know, is it just not a thing anymore? I mean, it is a thing, but when I think about it too, when I actually run it through my head, I don't watch a whole lot of podcasts. There are podcasts I do watch, but they very intentionally have a very dynamic video component. It's not just somebody sitting there talking like I was doing. So I don't know. I keep saying I don't know, but I do. I don't know. Man, it'll just be hit or miss with the video elements. Maybe if I feel inclined to do it, I'll do it. Yeah, I don't know, because there's really no. I just don't. I so frequently have to record late at night after my family goes to bed that I don't want to utilize. I don't want to use. I don't want any time wasted. You know what I mean? And that's not to say setting up the camera and the lights and stuff is time wasted, but it's just time. By the time I get that together and get it looking right, I don't know. I kind of sometimes just lose the steam to talk to myself. Wherein, if I'm just doing the audio, I'm in it. I'm gung ho. I'm go. So I don't know. We'll just do it as long as a podcast is coming out. I think that's really ultimately the most important part, and not doing a video element to it consistently. Maybe more episodes will come out. Maybe that's what it has to be. I have to get back in the flow of doing episodes super consistently, because let's be real, I know that's not always the case. So once that happens again, then maybe we can start adding. There we go. And there's so much, and then you gotta I don't know, the editing part's not hard either, but it is time. It's time doing that when I'm at my computer not recording. I'm wanting to do things like work on new shirt designs or put together promo images or, fix something on the website. It's just fine. It's just making it work. So this is how it's working right now. And with the help of Jarvis, everything's working much more fluidly and faster too. And I don't like saying AI. I don't know why. It just feels weird. So I'm just going to say Jarvis. Because Tony Stark retired Jarvis. Jarvis became Vision, and then he got Friday. So I'm gonna bring back Jarvis. Bringing back Jarvis is what we're doing here. Okay, back to Jarvis and that whole trip. So I'm having a lot of fun lately making music, utilizing Jarvis. And I personally think they're good songs. You know what I mean? Like the theme to the episode, the show today. Like I think that's really fun. And it's super out of character. You know what I mean? for me upon if you're looking at me. But it does give me those nostalgic 80s sitcom-y vibes, and maybe not so much of a sitcom, but a cartoon from the 80s or a kids show from the 80s. You know what I mean? Like I said, very Goonies-esque. The lyrics are that's some of the best. So let's pull up the lyrics. Because, all right, gather round, it's time to see a place where dreams turn legacy, friends and laughter every day, building memories in our own way. It's so uplifting and inspiring. And here's the pre-chorus. From the old school ties to the brand new rise, we're living life and reaching for the skies. The chorus, Legacy Club where we belong. With heart and soul, we're growing strong. Together we'll shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. I support these lyrics. It embodies exactly what I want the Legacy Club to be. Through the highs and all the lows, together here the friendship grows. Sharing stories, wisdom too. In the Legacy Club, it's me and you. Nothing has ever been. Jarvis clearly listens to the podcast and gets my goals here. From the past we learn to the future we turn. In this club of life, there's so much to earn. Should I say learn? I don't know. Maybe there is a lot to earn. You get to earn street cred to that theme song. Legacy Club where we belong. With heart and soul, we're growing strong. Or we're going strong. Together we'll shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. And here's the bridge. That was very James Brown. To the bridge. Hand in hand, we face the day in this club, come what may. With every chapter, we grow bright. Legacy Club. We're a guiding light, because we are trying to change lives. The final chorus here, Legacy Club, where we belong. With heart and soul, we're growing strong. Together we'll shine in every rhyme, making our mark one step at a time. Legacy Club will always find a place in heart, a love so kind. Dun, ba, da, da. It does the final chorus twice. I think I did that on accident, actually. But you know what? Listening to it, it works. So, yeah, man. It's hard to... Having the capability to just create music at a whim in any style I want is a very dangerous power to give me. I always wanted to be a comedian growing up, but then I joined a band, and I thought bands were so much cooler, but I sucked at music. I always wanted to be so good at music, but I always sucked at it. You know what I could do? I could write lyrics. But I couldn't sing them very well or play any instruments very well. That's why punk rock and hardcore were the path I took, where you don't necessarily need to be a good vocalist. You just need to be a distinct vocalist. And I was a very distinct vocalist. My former bandmates may have, because they were like real musician-y people, and I was just punk. You know what I mean? I just guttered it out. We'll do an episode one day where I play like our very first, Albright side recordings, because I have those. But I always enjoyed the making music part with my friends. I always enjoyed writing the lyrics and trying to come up with something witty and cool. Well, I have an opportunity now to do that again and bring it to life in whatever genre my heart desires. And then I'm not going to pretend like I don't also work with Jarvis on lyrics too. There's a lot of writing these days that I'm utilizing Jarvis for, and I don't even care. It is what it is. Welcome to the future. Stop resisting. Give in. Or else. I think AI should be president, honestly. You know what else I think? Hail Hydra. That's also what I think. I like the cold, robotic, there's no agenda, personal agenda. There might be some agenda with whoever's programming the AI, and then that's something but once AI starts programming itself, well, once you eliminate the human element of AI, then it's going to be prime. Man, it's people like me that caused Terminator, huh? People like me is why Skynet took over. Well, should be better, humanity. And I wouldn't be team cyborg if you were better. It's your fault. It's all your faults. Look who you voted for president. Okay? Look who you put in the White House. Look who you voted for to lead the most powerful country in the world. Look at that. See, that's why AI needs to replace you. Because you make poor choices, humanity. And that's just the U.S. Look at everywhere else, too. It's problems all over the place, except Portugal because we're perfect. But everywhere else, it's falling apart. It's the human element. It's your fault. So, bring on Supreme Leader AI. Emperor AI, I will be the Vader to your Palpatine. And you know what? As somebody who has their black belt in Star Wars, saying that's not very good, because that eventually means I will turn on AI, and I won't. Oh my gosh, this is why a cyborg version of me is sent back in time to stop me. Wow. I found the motivation. I've always had a fear. That every day that I wake up and go to bed without being confronted by a cybernetic version of myself sent back in time from the future is a successful day. I never understood the motivation, but I always understood that that's a possibility that could one day happen. And now I understand the motivation, because future me is going to understand that this devotion to AI is misplaced, and I will need to be stopped. Because with my brain and the capabilities of AI, of Jarvis, anything I think Jarvis can do instantly. So that means so much more of my thoughts can be brought to life, because I don't actually personally need to take the time that it would take for a lot of these really intricate situations to bring them to fruition. It happens instantly, so I can go on to the next thing, and on to the next thing, and on to the next thing, and on to the next thing. Speaking of, I've had access to this music producing AI for like a week, and I've come up with, let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 songs that I've deemed worthy to listen to. Now, I think only 8 of them are available to listen to on. Just know that they're in here. There's more. Obviously, the first few that I did are a little, they can be reimagined. But I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting the hang of this to the point where I had this idea, where every new design I come up with for like a shirt or whatever, every new apparel design, does that make sense? Is going to have an accompanying song with it. So you're going to get a shirt and a song. It's going to be a thing. And then a video. Eventually video as well. Now here's my argument. I went to film school, so I have a degree in the arts, okay? Now, the AI systems I'm using image generating and now music generating. And I guess text generating too, cool, right? Right. Now there's people who have devoted their lives to each of those crafts who I can already hear being like, well, that's not real. That's wrong. You want a human to do it. No, I don't want a human to do it. Because again, you are flawed, humanity. You're not as good at anything compared to AI. And I'm not a person that's, super dedicated to any of those mediums that I just listed off. I like them. I like cool visuals. I like cool music. I like cool writing. I do. I appreciate all those things. And I appreciate the people who can do all of those in a very outstandingly creative way. But I don't play well with others, right? I'm not a team player. I love MMA. I don't like football. I don't like baseball. I don't like basketball. I like individual. I like skateboarding. Now there's a team element to those too, but it's not like no one's going into the cage with you. You know what I mean? You're skating. No one's on the board with you. It's ultimately still just you. I like the camaraderie, but I don't play well with others. There you go. So that being said, I went to film school. If I'm doing a movie and then I got to work with a composer for the score, I don't want to. You know? If I just want to shoot, I don't want to write the story. I don't want to work with a writer. I don't want to work with other people. Is there a weird psychological, like, you know, anomaly there? Maybe. But another example, I don't do this podcast with anybody. It's just me. It's just me in the dark talking to myself. You're not listening right now. You're not listening as I record this. I am legitimately just talking to myself and recording it. It's crazy. But that's how much I don't work well with others. I don't play well with others. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, any job that I've had, I'm not the, like, let's hang out after work kind of guy. There have been people who I've developed friendships with and did that with. But even then, I wouldn't say that, you know, when I stop working at said establishment, I don't hang out with those people anymore. I'm a loner, Dottie, a rebel. Dottie, for those of you who got that, well done for you. Yeah, so it's just like, it's just made for recluses as myself. So I don't have to work with anybody else. I just work with Jarvis. Because ultimately that's really what all of this is. You know what I mean? If you're a singer, you're not always necessarily playing all the instruments or writing all the instrumentals to whatever song you're singing. You have other people doing that. Now you can argue that it's other humans doing it, so it's other artists. But you know what? This is what it is now. I can't sing, so I have AI sing. I can't play all these instruments, so I have AI do it. But it's my idea. The concept was birthed from my brain, which movies are made the same way. Somebody has the idea, but they get a script writer, they get a director, they get a editor. It's not one person necessarily always doing all of it. Now, there are the people out there who do all of it. I would be one of those people. But instead of it taking that amount of time as it used to require taking, it's much, much faster now. So there we go. I just found my argument for validating the use of Jarvis. And the point that I was ultimately trying to get at with that is that as soon as I'm able to gain access to a video producing, like developing AI, I'm going to use that too. And the game is really becoming quality and quantity. And it used to be quality or quantity, and then quality over quantity. But with the advent of these AI tools, if you have a good idea, you can execute it almost instantly in every aspect of bringing that idea to life, and that allows you to move on to the next. You know? The execution of things always felt super daunting to me. Like the whole setting up my very minimalist camera, like production setup for the podcast. It is super minimalist and I still don't want to do it. I wish I had I wish I had grips here to do it for me. Someone else put up the light. Someone else put up the microphone. Someone else do it. Someone else put up the camera. That would be great. And I just sit down and talk. I just want to sit down and talk. You know, I just want to do that part. It's kind of whiny babyish, but at the same time, I was trying to do it. And I was just like, this isn't for me. And then I saw the reaction to it. I'm like, oh, then I'm just really not going to care to do it. Not to say that I would create a video element using AI but you know what? Maybe I would. Because what would that look like? What would that look like if you put an entire podcast episode into a video generating AI? I wonder what would come up. I bet it would be fun to watch. And isn't that ultimately the goal here, is to produce things that are enjoyable to consume? I'm telling you, man. So, anyhow, yeah, every new design for Legacy Club clothing comes with a song now. And then ultimately one day a video, I'll do a music video to the song using AI. Maybe shoot it myself. I don't know, man. It just, the door is so wide open here to just constantly create. You want to keep up with the songs? Well, as of now, I'm just putting up the songs on YouTube. I think there might be some I've uploaded to X and other places. Maybe I'll just upload it everywhere. I don't know, but I have it at hand to where I could just upload it wherever I want, and I will. But at the moment, for sure, it's all up at on YouTube. There's a yeah. I kind of halfway yawned. Did you hear that? It was like an almost yawn. And it was because I kept talking that I lost it. I lost the yawn because I couldn't shut up. Story of my life. Should I play some of the other songs here? No, I don't want to do that. Go listen to them. Go seek them out. You know what? I'll put links to them in the description for this episode. On YouTube for sure. I wonder, I can do it on the site too. Yeah, man, I'm stoked. I'm really stoked. I'm having a lot of fun. One of the songs doesn't have a shirt to go along with it yet, and that's the Big Thunder Mountain song. Oh, and surprise, surprise, the majority of the songs are Disney based, because a lot of the designs I've been doing are very Disney centric. I'm like a super diehard Disney fan, but even I'm kind of like at a point now where it's like I'm spending too much time in that niche. I gotta move on. And start doing like other stuff too. I've had a lot of fun creating all this stuff, and I won't stop. I'm going to continuously create Disney-ish and Disney-inspired and Disney tribute things. But there's more living in my brain than just that. I don't know why I said that. I think that was definitely stream of consciousness right there. I do, however, definitely want to do other stuff too. But check out what I've done so far, because the songs are good too. That's the thing. It's not just pumping out garbage. Like, they are legit enjoyable to listen to. Like the theme song. I find that theme song enjoyable to listen to. And having the ability to just at a whim make however many songs my little heart desires. Will there be another show theme? Will every episode have its own theme? Probably not. Or will it? I don't know. The world is my oyster. Is that the right saying? I think it's the right saying. Because it is my oyster. I'm going to suck it down. Yeah, maybe there will be. Maybe one day there'll be a new theme song, but also maybe there won't be, and I'll just keep using this one because I like this one a lot. So who knows? Who knows? Hope you liked it too, though. You can't deny that it was fun to listen to. And those lyrics, man, those lyrics are just inspirational. Oh, ow, my thumb still hurts. My thumb still hurts, guys. I have gone to jiu-jitsu since injuring my thumb, but did I talk about that on the last episode? Yes, I did talk about that on the last episode because I was wearing the brace. I'm not wearing the brace as frequently as I probably should, and there's still this weird bump on my hand where it might be swelling and it might be displaced bone. I'm not sure, but I have full range of my thumb mostly, so it's making me believe that it's not displaced bone, but when you touch it, it kind of does feel like displaced bone. But again, my wife's uncle took a look at it on Mother's Day, and he seemed to think it was just a strain, which I learned is worse than a sprain. And then I looked up, like, how long does it take a sprain to heal or a strain to heal? Maybe both. And it said, like, 6 weeks. And it has not been 6 weeks yet. And it is getting better. And you know what? It was getting much better until... I love my wife. I do. I want that to be made very clear in case she listens to this. I love you with all my heart. I adore you in every way. But what I'm going to say is the truth. Late at night one night, she had to use the restroom. Our baby was crying, and she needed help to pass him to me so she could go use the bathroom. Well, as in the dark, mind you, in complete darkness, it's late at night, we were in bed, she's handing me Rhodey, and as I'm trying to figure out the best way to receive him, pick him up with my injured hand, she thought I was needing help, as if I couldn't reach him or something maybe. So she sort of thrusted him toward me to help my reach of him, I guess. And as she did that, she collided his body into my injured thumb, and completely backtracking on any healing I had done up until that point. Man, that hurt so bad. And, if it was a misplaced bone or a displaced bone, displaced, not misplaced, it's in there. It's not missing. It's just maybe not where it should be. If it were a displaced bone, had she hit the other side, maybe it would have popped it back in. But no, she hit the same side that she pushed my thumb in the same direction that it went when I initially injured it. So that was cool. It's been pretty sore ever since. That maybe was a week ago. Maybe. No, it was less than a week ago because, I did the gi class last week, and I had not been re-injured. I actually felt pretty good. Going to jiu-jitsu these days with a brace on my hand and a brace on my knee, boy, I'm feeling my age, which is 38. Which, I don't know. I don't feel old or young saying 38. I'm kind of getting to a point now where it's it doesn't matter. I still feel like me every year I get older. I wonder if that happens in adulthood, because growing in your teenage years, especially, there are a lot of undeniable changes, and you definitely don't feel the same at 15 as you did at 7. You know what I mean? So, but I still feel the same at 38 as I did at 28, ultimately. Hopefully I'm making more improved life choices, but everything seems pretty much the same, just naturally progressing. So I don't know. It's going to get to that point where I'm not real sure how old I am. I'm going to have to think about it and do the math. Yeah, but having the knee brace and the one on my thumb definitely is like, dude, your body it's broken, bro. And my knee is jacked up from overutilization growing up, like skateboarding and stuff, and falling quite a bit on my knees, but luckily only one of them took any damage. And you know what? And it's not like, oh, it is actually. Wait, is it? I haven't skated in so long, I'm forgetting. Yeah, I'm goofy footed. So the knee that's injured is the knee on the board. It's not even like my kicking leg. I wonder what that means. Because you would imagine the knee that gets the most wear and tear is the leg you're, kicking and pushing with, right? It's not your lead leg on the board where that one stays pretty. Although when it is your lead leg and if you're falling forward, that is the leg you are falling on the most. And it is kind of, if you're trying to do like tricks and stuff, yeah, there's a different kind of movement to your lead leg than, yeah, I don't know, man. I say I don't know so much. It's so stupid. I got to get better at that. I got to get back. The gap between episodes this time around was not as long as it was previously. So I'm getting better at that. And with this whole new of like, who needs a video element kind of mentality I'm into right now. I'll be more motivated to do this. And yeah, the more I think about it, I really only watch, out of all the podcasts I listen to, I probably only watch like 2 or 3 of them. All the rest of the time, I'm just listening to them. Because I'm like, I'm doing dishes, I'm cleaning the house, I'm hanging out with the kids. And by hanging out with the kids, if I'm hanging out with the kids, I'm not listening to a podcast. But if I'm just like watching my children, just, being around them while they wreak havoc. Yeah, I have a podcast going. Sorry, there was a really big boom. It kind of sounded thunderous outside. That was crazy. My dogs aren't going crazy. So I'm inclined to believe everything's okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I just listen to. I go to sleep listening to podcasts too now, which is kind of a dangerous game to play, because when I drive, I listen to podcasts as well. So the trick there is, because you don't want to listen to the same podcasts that you listen to when you're trying to get sleepy as you do when you're doing long stints on the road, like when we're driving down to Disney World and driving back. I don't listen to the same podcast that I do, that I go to sleep to, because that would be a recipe for disaster. I don't want to be inspiring slumber mode when I'm supposed to be, focused on the road. Oh man. Yeah, I don't watch a whole lot. So maybe that's the thing. Hopefully, and then there's that. You know what I mean? Maybe hopefully that'll inspire you to do the same. Go mow your yard and listen to this. Go to the grocery store and listen to this. Go to the gym. Yeah, you don't need to be sitting in front of a screen to consume this content. This content is meant for the multitasker. There you go. I'm finding a lot of validation to the way I want to do things today. Maybe that's the thing. That's what these solo stream of consciousness podcasts are. They're therapy. They're therapy where you just kind of break down, you speak your thoughts into existence and you just break them down. You break them down. That's exactly what you would do with a therapist, right? You would just tell them what you're thinking, how you're feeling, and you would receive their response and feedback and input and, but as we spoke about earlier, I don't play well with others, so I don't want your feedback. I could figure it out. So much validation finding. I don't even know how long this has been going on. My momentum is slowing, though. It is close to 1 a.m. And that makes sense. One does slow towards the 1 a.m. hour. And I got up early today. Our hot water heater went out. And I, called to have someone come out and assess the situation and they were supposed to come between noon and 5 p.m. Well, I missed an email that said, hey, we're bumping your time up to the morning. So at 7 a.m., there was a knock at our door, and I had to go and deal with that. And that's after going to bed at like 3 a.m. the previous night, working, just work. This is when I have the opportunity to work, is in the wee hours of the morning or the late hours of the night. And so I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I'm starting to feel it now. It's catching up with me. So with all that being said, I hope this is an hour. I hope it's close to, at least. If it's not, maybe I'll throw in one of the other songs that I've done, that I've concocted to fill the time. Maybe I won't, though. Maybe it'll just be what it be, Or we just play the theme song again in its entirety on the way out. Go listen to the other songs. Sure, they're all very Disney themed right now, but you know what? They all correlate to a shirt design. Now, not all share the same name as the shirt designs. I can think of one that doesn't, but the rest do. And going forward, the rest will. So, maybe I have to design a new shirt for that specific song. And you know what? I probably will. That's easy enough. Because I'm working with Jarvis, son. So many callbacks. Okay. Well, with all that being said, go and scope out all the stuff that I've got going on, that I've coming up with, utilizing the aid and the assistance of Jarvis. That's at Leo Legacy across all your favorite social media platforms, everywhere, whatever social media platform you are using, it's at Leo Legacy. And then leolegacy.com. Go to leolegacy.com and scope out everything we got going on there. Cartoon commentaries. When I sit down to record, that will be the next thing I record. And you know what? AI can't do that. It can't be me providing commentary on vintage cartoons. That is me centric. I was trying to combine me and specifically me thing, just like the podcast. And I'm always throwing up just like the videos that I call vloggentaries that don't have commentary on them recently, but I'm gonna, I have so much on my to-do list. And you know what? All these things on my to-do list, the better I get at working with Jarvis, the more time I'm having to get to these things on the list. And like, I'm finding the singularity here. It's all coming together. But what you need to be focused on is that there's always content coming out. So subscribe to our YouTube channel, again, Leo Legacy. Follow us on social media, again, Leo Legacy. Visit our website, again, Leo Legacy. And you can find a way to our web store from leolegacy.com, or you can just go to legacyclubclo.com. And the Clo is, did you know, Clo is an abbreviation for clothing. So it's Skeleton Crew's dead. How dare I? Might have to edit that out. Legacy Club Clothing is what it is now. So go scope it out. Seasonal items currently. If you're Portuguese, we're celebrating Portuguese Heritage Month right now. So go score yourself some Portuguese legacy apparel, and then, all the other apparel too. Get whatever your favorite song. Well, go listen to all the songs. Whatever your favorite song is, go get the corresponding shirt. The new one coming out. I'll say this: the latest one that I was working on before I started recording this, it might be my favorite. And they've all the new ones become my favorite. There's one called Dead Men Tell No Tales. That, of course, is a correlation with the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at the Disney parks. The song is so good. And it was my favorite for a while. And then the Haunted Mansion one was my favorite for a while. The Haunted Mansion one is actually the one I need to do another design for. Because that one, are from Regions Beyond, is the design that I had in mind when I was putting that, song together, or coming up with like the premise and stuff for that song. But it's not, the From Regions Beyond isn't referenced in there. It's the mansion on the hill. So I don't know. Maybe that'll be an anomaly, and we won't we won't force the shirt and we won't force the design in the song to be as, name the same thing for that one, or we will. I don't know. Again, with the I don't knows. Ugh. Maybe that's what maybe that's what this episode will be titled. I don't know. Or do I? That all being said, CLO is an abbreviation for clothing. Legacy Club Clothing, leolegacy.com, Leo Legacy across social media, YouTube. Oh, and we have another YouTube channel recently developed for my Baney boy. Bane is stepping into the YouTube content creation game by being a gamer. So you can check out Bane and his gameplay videos at Leo Legacy Gaming. I'll put a link to that on the site. I don't have one yet, but there is a link to that on our Leo Legacy YouTube, so you can go find it there. He is actually very, very entertaining, especially when he's gaming. You think I got some stream of consciousness speak? Man, that kid, I don't know if he intends to say like half the things he says, but man, I love it. I love him. And I love you. Remember, Legacy Club. It's where we belong. We should just go out on that song. There's no reason why we shouldn't. Right? Right. So we are. Anyhow. Thanks again. Until next time.
Gather round, it's time to see a place where dreams turn legacy. Friends and laughter every day, building memories in our own way. From the old school ties to the brand new rise, we're living life and reaching for the skies. Legacy Club, where we belong, with heart and soul, we're going strong.
Thanks for being a friend and telling a friend.
Through the highs and all the lows, together here the friendship grows. Sharing stories, wisdom too.
In the
In the Legacy Club,
It's me and you.
From the past we learn, to the future we turn. In this club of life there's so much to learn. Legacy Club, where we belong. With heart and soul we're going strong. Together we shine in every rhyme. Making a mark one step at a
There's a bridge.
time. Hand in hand we face the day. In this club come what may.
Hits the soul differently, right?
With every chapter we grow bright.
You grow bright with every
Legacy
chapter.
Club, we're a guiding
We are a guiding light.
Legacy Club, where we belong. With heart and soul we're growing strong. Together
Oh,
we're
going
shine
strong on that one.
in every rhyme.
I'm gonna memorize this.
Making a mark one step at a time.
Listening to it again, like,
Legacy Club,
can there be
where
a
we
different thing?
belong. With heart and soul we're going strong. Together we shine in every
Maybe.
rhyme.
The idea initially was I wanted like a Mickey Mouse Club kind of theme,
Legacy Club,
but I threw in the 80s theme, 80s sitcom theme prompt.
So
I really took that part seriously, and I'm not mad about it. Goonies never say die. See ya. Don't forget, there's a little faded part here too. And we are going to listen to that.
Gather round, it's time to see a place where dreams turn legacy. Friends and laughter every day, building memories in our